Bam! Hi, everyone. I'm Rayceen Pendarvis, and I'm here with.
Daniel Hernandez.
And you're running for office.
I'm running in the Democratic primary for DC Council in Ward 2.
Sounds interesting. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us, like, where you're from, where did you grow up, and where did you go to school?
Sure. I was born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri. I actually did not complete college. I'm a Marine Corps Afghan vet, and then I have 2 kids. Just kept working. Kind of hard to go back to school raising 2 kids. But I've been a few different places. Afghanistan a couple times. Lived in New York for a little bit, and now here I am here in DC.
Sounds interesting, and thank you for serving.
Thank
It's so important that we honor our military. It's so important that you've proven to the country, to the world, and to yourself that you can serve, and that's so important. And talking about serving, and talking about your dedication to the city, why now?
I'm running because I believe we need better representation, that you need a council member that you can trust is voting in your interests, not for them to climb a ladder or for their job applications and business proposals. It's like today I do well at Microsoft, but I grew up single mom, 3 kids. She worked 2 or 3 jobs. But we were still very fortunate that we had, my grandma was around to watch us nights and weekends, get us to and from school. A lot of the people in the neighborhood and that I grew up with didn't have that. And I saw the differences that made in my lives and theirs. I know that was a big part of me being here today and, for example, not in prison or, not here anymore, period.
How about that? And that's important. It seems to me that community and family is very near and dear to you, and change and wanting to make this world a better place, making the area where you live in your city a better place. And I applaud you for that. That's very courageous for such a young man, to have that passion for change. And if elected, and if you win, what will be some of the platforms? Give me 3 of your top platforms.
Sure. I'd say to begin with, I'd really like to do more to address the housing crisis and the homelessness that I think is very heavily tied into, as the district grows, increasingly unaffordable. As a father of public school students, I care a lot about supporting our public education system and our neighborhood schools. And it's some of the challenges that we have here in DC in schools. Growing up in vast majority of students' low-income schools, I think I'm quite familiar with some of the things that we need to do. And then a lot of our transportation priorities, dedicated bus lanes so the people who have to rely on them can rely on them, enable more people to not need to have cars. I'd like to see more protected bike lanes for people's safety. I also hear a lot about scooters. I think it's a big part of getting scooters off of sidewalks where possible. And I think we need to be more visionary with the metro service. I'd really like to see, the metro inner loop that, comes across from Virginia into Georgetown, crosstown service. We're a world-class city and we deserve a transportation system that befits it.
How about that? And we talked about so many issues, and we talk about the importance of getting involved. How can people contribute to your campaign, and how can they follow you?
Sure. If you'd like to find out more and contribute, danielward2.com. You can also find me on social media, and there are links on my website, or DanielH_DC on Twitter, Daniel4DC on Instagram.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving us your information. And most importantly, thank you all for watching.